I am going to share all of the red flags that I ignored and that I had when I was young and I was dating boys. Now, currently, real life, I am queer, I am loud, and I am proud, okay? But I did date boys from about age 12 to age 15, 16. So there were a couple times, that I experienced what it's like to like a male, okay? And one of the memories that I have of dating boys is with this boy named Angel. I was like 12 and we started dating. I used to go to a school that Angel went to. Then I moved, and then Facebook was the thing. And I remember I used to be on Facebook on there just talking to everybody and stuff. Me and Angel started dating. We started a whole online relationship, even though we met in person when we were kids. And we were really locked in, but I met this boy named Johnny on Facebook. Johnny was cute, he gave bad boy, and I just remember being like, you know, yeah, me and Angel are locked in, but we don't really see each other for real. So I could have another boyfriend. So me and Johnny were dating and me and Angel were dating. So this starts with me being a red flag because why am I dating two boys at the same time and they have no idea? I don't know. So I'm age 12, trying to be poly out here and stuff without letting people know that we are in a poly relationship. And I remember my sister was like, do you have two boyfriends? Because sometimes I hear you on the phone and you're talking to Angel, and then other times you're talking to Johnny. That's not the same name. Blah, 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 blah. She was being a hater. My sister's 2 years younger than me. So she was real upset and bothered at the fact that I was cheating on my Angel because she knew Angel was sweet. And I remember one day, I'm trying to find a name for my sister, Danielle. So one day, Danielle had my phone, and she's like, "Yeah, Angel, Serena has another boyfriend. Um, she is cheating on you." And I'm like, "Are you kidding?" I got so mad at Danielle because why would she do that? Like, girl, I am your sister. Why would you ruin what I have going on here? Angel was devastated. Angel was like, you know what? Since you're with Johnny, you like him. Like, why are you with me too? And I was like, I do like Johnny. And Angel was like, okay, so since you like Johnny, I'm gonna get myself out the picture. And I was like, oh, really, Angel? Like, this kind of sucks. Angel was like, real, like, girl, you're not it. I'm cute. I'm out. So Angel and me were over, and then Johnny was just annoying, and over time I was just over Johnny. I was like, you know what? I don't really like this bad boy thing. I actually like when someone is like really sweet to me. So I'm gonna stop talking to you, Johnny. So me and Johnny broke up. Me and Angel broke up, or really he broke up with me because I was trying to play the game before I got played at 12. And then when I was like 13, there was this boy that I would see all the time because he was my aunt's neighbor, but he was older than me. So when I was like 10, I met him and his sister, and I thought he was so cool when he was 13. That he was the coolest 13-year-old. Then when I was 13, he was about 16. I thought he was the coolest 16-year-old. He was in high school. I just thought he was just so fly, so cool. I was low key just like, he's so cute, but he's older than me. Cool, cool, cool. And I'm gonna call him Rob. And I remember at 13, me and Rob, we kind of started dating or like talking. And I remember Rob was like, yeah, um, you are younger than me. I'm in high school, so can you like not tell my friends that you are in middle school? Can you tell them you go to this high school? So Rob had me lying to his friends about who I really am. So that was red flag number one with Rob. And me and him kept dating. Red flag number two is that Rob had me skip school. I was like in seventh grade, and Rob was talking about some, hey, on this day, me and my friends are skipping to go skate. We're gonna meet you by the supermarket, by your school, but be sure you're far away from the school because they can't know that you go to that school. And we're gonna hang out all day. Do you think you could do that? I know Rob is older than me. He's cool. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll do that. I hope I don't get murdered by my mom, but I'll do it. And I skipped school because that's what Rob wanted to do. His friends were skateboarding, they were smoking weed, and I remember thinking my mom thinks that's like cocaine. So let me not smoke weed because I'm probably already gonna get murdered for skipping school if she finds out. But if she also finds out that I was like smoking and stuff, it's going to be really bad. All of that to say that Rob and I, um, we weren't really, I guess, compatible because of our ages, our social groups, and that was a red flag. Why was I trying to be someone that I'm not for this kid? But people do that as grown women in real life. So I was doing this at 13. Crazy. And I remember Rob's friend like blew smoke in my face. And I was like, this is unbelievable. And Rob didn't say anything. Rob was cool with it. And I didn't like get mad or anything like that, but I was just like, I'm never doing this again. Because now I feel like I'm drugged. I feel like I'm drugged. Rob, you got me doing drugs. You got me skipping class. You got me lying about who I am. It's almost like you don't really like who I am. So many red flags, Rob. So many red flags. Now, the last red flag with Rob here was that we were hanging out. I was on his part of the I was on his part of the town, right? I was at my aunt's house and stuff like that. He comes by and he's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here." Blah blah blah. We were planning this for weeks, me seeing him, because we wouldn't see each other like that because my mom would have killed me. She knew that I had a boyfriend, especially a boyfriend that was in high school. Like, what am I doing? And I remember we finally got to see each other. I'm all excited. I got real cute. And Rob is like, "Oh, I could only really hang out with you for like a few minutes because me and my friends, we're going to a party. It's summertime. We're going to a party. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock." And he's acting like he cannot like miss this party. So I'm like, you know what, Rob? It's a lot of things that I've been doing and you can't even hang out with me for a day. We don't see each other for months at a time, and you can hang out with me for a little bit. If you go to that party, Rob, we're breaking up. So this is me at 13 years old. Like I'm just like, so what is it? What is it, Rob? What are we doing? Rob thinks I'm joking because I was 13. I was sweet. I was laid back. I was like, Rob expects me to just still be with him after that conversation, right? Rob goes to his party. I'm single now. Rob thinks this is just like a little argument. Rob is sending me messages and stuff. And I'm like, seeing, whatever it was called around that time. Because this was like in 2010 or something. Whatever it was called when you saw a message but didn't respond. And I was just like, yeah, like I'm off you. Like you went to that party. I told you that I had to work really hard. Well, actually, I didn't say all that. Like I was just like, you went to that party. Like you made your choice. Good luck. So me and Rob broke up. So that was about 4 red flags. You're picking people over me, so no quality time. You have me lying about who I am. You have me doing drugs. You had me skipping school. That's a lot of red flags, Rob. That was a lot of red flags for me to experience at 13 years old. But again, I thought he was the coolest thing ever. So me and Rob broke up. I kept my word. I said we're breaking up. And now I'm like 14 and I'm like single. I'm free. I'm out and it's summer. So this is like a year after me and Rob broke up. I did stay single for a full year. Okay. I wasn't just like dating people back to back. I remember I was at the park. It's summertime. I'm cute. At least I think I'm cute. And I see this boy. What am I going to call him? I'm going to call him. Hmm. Daniel. So I see this boy Daniel, and I'm like, oh, Daniel's cute. And I see Daniel hanging out with my friend's brother, and let's call my friend Destiny. So I see Daniel hanging out with Destiny's brother. His name doesn't matter. And I was like, oh, Destiny, who's that? She's like, oh, that's Daniel. I used to have a crush on him. Isn't he cute? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, he's cute. Like, Daniel is so cute. Like, he was like dancing. He was like fashionable. Like, I just thought like Daniel was like really cute. Now, I didn't know that Daniel was like in high school. Or maybe I did know, but I didn't think he was like much older than me. And I just remember being like, just like trying to go and be a part of the conversation. And Daniel was like kind of looking at me. And I was just like, you're cute. And I was just very straightforward around that time for some reason. Like, I was just like that for some reason. And I remember he really liked that. Now, it is important to mention Daniel was Leo. Leo's like compliments. So I think Daniel was feeling me just off the fact that I was complimenting him. So long story short, me and Daniel started getting flirty. We started dating. A few months after that, we started dating. Then school starts. I'm 14 years old. I think I'm in eighth grade now. I believe I'm in eighth grade. They have to stay back when I was like in first grade because I didn't speak English. I only spoke Spanish. So I am a little bit older than my peers. Okay. So I always felt more mature, older, and I think that's why I kept like dating these older kids when I was around this age. So me and Daniel start dating. We're dating. He's in high school. I don't remember how old Daniel is, but I'm going to say he had to be about 16, 17 when I was 14. And because he was like a sophomore when I was in eighth grade. So he was like two grades above me. And we wouldn't see each other like that because I'm in middle school, he's in high school. But we would like find ways to hang out. And I would hang out a lot at Destiny's house and Daniel would be there with Destiny's brother and stuff. And they would be hanging out. Me and Daniel would just be there like cuddly and cute, couple goals, whatever. And I remember there were rumors that Daniel was like flirty and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, Daniel, I don't care if you're flirty because you're cute, but like, don't be like dating somebody else while I'm dating you. Now, I only knew to think like that because that's what I did to Angel and Johnny at 12. So I already knew the game a little bit. So I'm like, Daniel, don't play with me. I didn't say exactly like that. I said it in a very 14-year-old way, like, what's going on? Don't lie to me, okay? And I just remember Daniel being like, oh, no, yeah, like I'm flirty, but I'm a dancer, blah, blah, blah. Now, at one point, people are coming up to me and they're like, you're Daniel's girlfriend? And I'm like, yeah, these are like high school kids. And they're like, oh, there's this girl named Laura. And we thought that her and Daniel were a thing. What do you mean you think that another girl and Daniel might be a thing? What do you mean y'all thought that? So people were like, in a way, like saying, girl, watch out. So that's red flag number one. People are telling me, like, girl, Daniel might be up to something shady here with this girl named Laura who's in high school. So obviously, I am in eighth grade. I think Laura's so cool. She dances, she dresses really cute, like, she's fly. I'm like, oh my God, like, she's older than me, she's popular. Like, oh my God, I'm a loser. And she's close to Daniel. They probably are a thing. So I asked Daniel, like, hey, like, who is this Laura girl? What's going on? And Daniel was like, oh, nah, nah, like, me and her, we had a thing like freshman year, and we danced together and stuff, but like we don't date anymore. We're not together. We just have dancing chemistry. We have a lot of the same groups. We know the same people in our groups. So that's all it is. And she's cool with Daniel's brother. So I'm like, all right. He's like, oh, so like, what's going on? Like, how do you even know about Laura? Now, I'm not thinking this is a red flag, like his response, but his response is a red flag. Red flag number two. That response, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm like, people are like coming up to me and they're kind of like saying that they thought or they think that you're dating Laura. Oh no, they're just haters. I'm real cute. I'm cute. I'm all that. So they're just haters. They're just hating on me. So that was his response, that he just had haters, and I'm like, all right, yeah, you cute. I mean, you're not that cute, but you cute. I guess you could have haters. You are a dancer. So that happened, and that was the other red flag with Daniel. Now, there were some red flags that I had myself. I didn't feel so secure in this dynamic with Daniel, with like him having this cool Laura girl with him dancing and stuff. So I started to kind of have my own red flags. I would flirt with people, mainly like on Facebook, but sometimes because I was a softball player as well, and I played basketball, I would go to like other schools, and these people that I would flirt with on Facebook, they were from that school, so they would see me and they would be like, "Oh, saw your cute self the other day by blah 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 street," and I'd be like, "Thank you." And Daniel will see this. Daniel will be like, what the heck you got going on? Like, who are these people? Like, why are people like saying they seen you here and there? And I'm like, "Ah, Daniel, I play sports, okay? People see me, and then they want to compliment me." Now, these were boys in middle school. So I feel like Daniel low key felt like, oh, these are just middle school boys. Like, I don't really care. I'm cooler than them because I'm older. And like, I also low key felt like he was right, because I was like, but it was a little toxic. Like, it was a little toxic. Like, I liked the fact that he was like, what you got going on? And I remember just like making a mental note, like, I am not going to be intimate with Daniel because I don't really trust Daniel, but like I stayed with him. So that's a red flag on my end. Because if I don't trust this kid, why am I with him? Red flag. Me and him both have red flags here now. Toxic. It's becoming something toxic. But we stayed together, and eventually we came to a point in the relationship where we're like, you know what? Like, I think we should break up. Like, I'm not going to be intimate with you, Daniel. To be honest, I think I might be queer. I don't know. I think I like girls, Daniel. Like, it kind of gives me the ick every time you try to like do stuff with me sexually. Like, I'm not feeling it, Daniel. Daniel was like, yeah, I kind of figured you probably, because I'm cute, so I kind of figured it probably is because you were a little gay or something. So we broke up. But before we broke up, before we were like, all right, let's shake these hands and walk away in peace, I was like, Daniel, question, did you and Laura ever like hook up? Do you guys ever had a thing? Because people were coming up to me and like kind of like telling me like, hey, Daniel and Laura, we think they're dating or something. I was like, I don't think people would just say that for no reason. So like, just be honest. Like, me and you always had a friendship, and we always had like a very cool friendly dynamic with each other. Like, we were friends, really, more than anything. And I was like, just be honest with me. Like, I'm being honest with you about my sexuality and stuff like that. And he literally looked at me straight in my eyes. Nah, nah, I never did nothing like that. No. Mm-mm. I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, I guess I gotta believe him. We were probably just two flirts. But that was the last red flag. And the reason why that was the last red flag is because Daniel ended up being a liar. Fast forward from that breakup moment to a few months later, I'm now a freshman in high school. I'm a part of this after school program. Laura's there. Me and Laura just keep seeing each other. And at one point, I'm like, Laura, girl, I don't have any beef with you. I think you're dope. I like your style. Like, you're fired. Laura's like, oh, thank you, girl. And I'm like, and me and Daniel are not a thing. So, like, you don't have to worry about that. I'm actually, like, gay, I believe. So, and Laura was like, oh, really? Okay. Well, me and Daniel did hook up when you guys were together. When did you guys start dating? So we started putting these pieces together, and we realized that Daniel was dating me officially. People knew that, but he was hooking up with Laura. So this guy, this I was gonna say this man, this boy, this teenage boy, lied to my teenage face. Unbelievable. Because why would you do that, Daniel? You literally had no reason to lie to me. We were ending things on such a good note, and you just decided to lie to me. So that red flag just made me get the complete ick by then, Daniel. I was like, Daniel, I can't even be cool with you because I remember for a little bit we're like trying to be cool. We like hung out a few times. And then I was like, I can't even hang out with you because you lied to my face, like directly to my face for no reason. I trust Laura. Laura, I'm a girl's girl. Okay. So those are all my stories with all the red flags. My experiences dating males, boys, whatever. And I get to look back at it, and I guess I could see how heterosexual women end up being with guys or men that lie to them or cheat on them or just treat them bad for a long time because they're pretty good liars. Like guys, they lie pretty well, but I think that the reason why they could lie so well is because they never want to hurt somebody's feelings. I have three brothers, okay, so maybe I just have a soft spot for the male species because yeah, like not a soft spot. I don't have a soft spot. I'm just an empath. I'm an empath. I'm a queer empath. I see both sides to everything, but I think that males, guys, boys, like they're just like raised to like preserve a woman's feelings or a girl's feelings because oh they're emotional, so let me like not make things tense or weird even though they might be lying, living a double life, and they just lie to your face when you're like the most like well mannered, the most emotionally intelligent person, and they in their head they can't take that because you're a girl, so they still lie to you. And I could see it. I could see it. I could see how it could be real hard out here for heterosexual women because this is how they were when I was 16, 14, 13. They were a hot mess when I was that young.